Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Welcome to the Night Run. I'm Dion McElrath, the guy with the name on the logo and the desk. Lots of stuff to talk about here at the top of the program, so we're going to go ahead and get right to it. First off, the final election results are in, and there were a lot of awkward conversations at Cracker Barrel. Arizona's still not done counting. Nevada's just chilling. Well, you know they're like 50th in education, but business. So yeah, they flipped blue. A lot of people are mad. I don't take either side. Please don't blow up our YouTube comments. I'm just here to tell jokes with the show. Also, the search for the new Jeopardy host. Actually, the production team are going to use a series of guest hosts starting in January with Jeopardy champion Ken Jennings, who right now is under fire for a 4-year-old tweet commenting on a disabled woman like there's nothing sadder than a hot person in a wheelchair. So with that being said, his job is in jeopardy. Also, recently this past week, the second crewed SpaceX launch took off from Cape Canaveral in Florida, which is a big deal for most of us since NASA really hasn't done any homegrown space flights in quite some time since the retirement of the space shuttles at the beginning of the 2010 decade. And also another big headliner for all you guys with deep pockets, Tesla is recalling thousands of vehicles for their suspension issues, and that could cause a lot of angry customers, but then again, I'm not shocked, if you will. That was terrible. Please don't laugh at that. Also, this is the kickoff of the holiday season, and stores have never looked bleaker. Brick and mortar shops, of course, are hurting from this coronavirus pandemic by folks staying at home and shopping online. Me personally, I don't like people. I shop online anyway, so it doesn't hurt me at all. So we got a lot of great show for you tonight. I got a new top 8 list for my top 8 picks for who should be the next host of Jeopardy. And my guests tonight are Anthony Head Sr. of the local brand Chickenheads and TJ Cartwright from the ever-popular What's the Biz video podcast. So you guys just sit tight, go get you some queso dip. We'll be right back with the Night Run. Thanks for watching, guys.
United Way of the Greater Dayton area works to improve lives by organizing the caring power of our communities in Montgomery, Greene, and Preble counties. We are a volunteer-driven, grassroots organization that creates lasting change by bringing people and resources together to address local and regional issues. We link donors and volunteers to the issues they care about and form strategic partnerships to achieve community impact. Working with our partners in the community, United Way helps children and youth succeed, supports the elderly and people with special needs, promotes wellness and self-sufficiency, and meets the basic needs of people in crisis. By giving up a little everyday extra, you can create lasting change in the lives of others. For the price of a takeout dinner, an adult or family in crisis will receive 10 hours of legal services. Instead of buying that weekly lottery ticket, you could provide 10 hungry children a backpack filled with food to feed them over the weekend. By skipping that morning latte, you could provide a person without health insurance a prescription. Just a little goes a long way, and this is why I support the United Way.
All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen, on the Night Run, and right here in my hands I have this week's top 8 picks for the next host of Jeopardy. This is my list. If you don't like it, you'll be all right. This is just my opinion. So we'll go ahead and get started with number 8. I chose Pat Sajak. We know he's about 70, well, pushing 70, and he's on Wheel of Fortune, and most of you cannot picture him without Vanna White. The only reason why I picked Pat Sajak is because he has the experience, and on top of that, he's hosted Jeopardy before in like the early 90s on April Fool's Day. That might be a hint at something that happens here on the Night Run. Might not be. Stay tuned for that. Number 7 would be Bill Nye, the Science Guy, followed by the chorus of 3 consecutive Bills. Bill Nye is a huge pioneer of education and is all about learning and whatnot, so I think that would be a very fitting choice, but then again, he's old too. Number 6 would be me. I feel like I will be a great host of Jeopardy. I didn't want to be too cocky, unlike some people I know, so I decided to put myself at number 6 just to humble myself, but I still think I deserve a spot further, closer to 1. Number 5 would be Stephen Colbert if you ever got tired of The Late Show. Number 4 would be Will Ferrell. I mean, the man low-key looks like Alex Trebek back when he had the mustache and the fro, so I think that's a given. Number 3 would be Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's an astronomer and astrophysicist, if you will. I feel like he would be a perfect fit for that show. Number 2 would be Reading Rainbow's own LeVar Burton, because it's LeVar Burton. Come on, guys. He was on Star Trek. And my number 1 pick for the top 8 picks for the next host of Jeopardy would be Trevor Noah, host of The Daily Show. He's young, he's smart, and if he follows the pattern that Jeopardy did in the past, where Alex Trebek was young and smart, and if you want the show to last for generations, that would be the best pick for that. So that was number 1. If you agree with it, fine. If not, let me know what your top 8 is in the comment section below. So now that we got that lovely stuff out the way, before we go to commercial, I was promised to do this. So I turned 23 last week, and the kiddo made me a picture. I'm very proud of it. I don't even know what this show is. I feel very uncultured, but my kid has very great artistic abilities, and I'm gonna go put this on my refrigerator. Well, back on my refrigerator where it came from. So I did it, Nova. There's your picture. Daddy loves it. So when we come back, we'll have TJ Cartwright from What's the Biz here on the program, and we will delve into what's that show's all about, her brand and her journey to broadcasting success. So you guys stick tight. We'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Brenda Moore, and I am the Vice Chairwoman of the Northwest Party Board. The quality of life in American cities cannot be improved unless people of all classes, races, and ethnic groups, and public officials on all levels of government create processes and mechanisms for assisting problems, developing strategies, and planning and implementing corrective action together. There are several specific assumptions behind citizen participation in the Northwest Party Board area. It acknowledges the right of people affected by public programs to have access to and influence on the processes by which decisions about their lives are made.
Hello, I'm David Greer, and I'm chairman of the Northwest Priority Board. It accepts that many of the best intentioned officials and technicians are often, by their training, experiences, and lifestyles, unfamiliar with the problems and aspirations of Northwest Quadrant residents. Therefore, residents' participation can result in more effective planning and programs for residents of the area. It recognizes that the process of participation makes it possible for those citizens formerly outside the system to learn how it functions and how to make it possible for residents to strengthen their skills and to develop the kind of new skills needed for effective citizen engagement. We accept these assumptions and hereby dedicate ourselves to the task of improving the quality of our neighborhoods and the lives of those who live within the Northwest Party Board area of Dayton, Ohio. For those who would like assistance from the Northwest Priority Board, I can be contacted at 937-603-4051. And again, my name is David Greer. I am chairman of the Northwest Priority Board. Thank you.
And my name is Brenda Moore. I'm the Vice Chairwoman of the Northwest Party Board, and my contact number is 937-414-0674. Again, that's 937-414-0674. Thank you.
When somebody needs you, it's no good unless he needs you all the way through the good or lean years and for all the in-between years. Come what may, who knows where the road may lead us? Only a fool would say, who can say? But if you let me love you, it's for for sure I'm gonna love you all the way. Love you, dear, forever and a day for always. Faithful I will stay. Love you
I'm Christine.
I'm Bridget.
I'm Jenny.
And I'm Amanda. And what you just heard is Barbershop.
We're the Lipstick Scoundrels, a competitive quartet from the Gem City Chorus, Dayton's chapter of the Sweet Adelines International, a nonprofit that exists to preserve the barbershop tradition and bring joy to our neighbors through song.
And we're here today to invite you to the Gem City's upcoming show on November 4th at Northmont High School in Clayton, Ohio. And you can purchase tickets at gemcitychorus.org or call 937-433-1014.
We also want you to know that Gem City Chorus holds open rehearsals every Tuesday night at 6:30 in Centerville behind Marion's. So if you're a woman who loves to sing and or misses singing in a chorus, please join us.
And if you don't sing, mention this invitation to your friends and relatives who do.
For more information about hiring the Gem City Chorus or one of its quartets to sing for your next special event, or to buy tickets for the November 4th show, find us on Facebook or gemcitychorus.org or call 937-433-1014. Hope to see you November 4th at the Gem City Chorus show, if not before.
Food is so important to us. It is integrated in so many aspects of our lives. When we celebrate holidays, we invite family and friends over for a homemade meal. When there's a time of celebration, we have food catered in. We gather over dinner to talk about our day with loved ones, and we work hard to make sure our families have the food they need for healthy lives. But what if you're struggling to buy food or make ends meet? What do you do to get by?
If you find yourself working for low wages or working part-time, if you are in between jobs, if you're elderly, disabled, or homeless, then you may be eligible for food assistance, like SNAP.
SNAP stands for Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program and is formerly known as food stamps. It helps struggling families and individuals afford food at the grocery store.
SNAP helps cover your costs for groceries and can be used to buy fish and meat, fruits and vegetables, cereal and bread, baby food, milk, and even seeds to grow your own food. If you'd like to check your eligibility for SNAP, the Food Bank can help. Call us at 937-461-0265, extension 18, or visit us at thefoodbankdayton.org/OBB.
So many of us are just one crisis away from needing a helping hand.
Reach out so you and your family have enough food on your table.
Again, call us at 937-461-0265, extension 18, or visit us online at thefoodbankdayton.org/OBB.
Because no one should go hungry.
Greetings. I am here to inform you that there is a place to call if you have a problem with a government agency or long-term care services. You can call the Ombudsman Office at 223-4613. My name is Diane Wellborn, and I am the Ombudsman for Montgomery County, the City of Dayton, and Dayton Public Schools. The elected officials of the county, Dayton, and DPS decided in 1971 to establish an ombudsman for the people in our county. The name ombudsman is a Swedish word, which means a representative of the people. The helpful staff in my office are available every weekday to investigate complaints about government agencies and to achieve resolution. Government touches our lives in so many ways. We all use water services, public roads and traffic signals, street lights, and garbage removal services. Many of our fellow residents are impacted by our Child Support Enforcement Agency, the Bureau of Motor Vehicles, the programs of the Job Center, the Social Security Administration, Medicare, Medicaid, and our public transportation services. My office exists for the times when something goes wrong with any government services. We also assist with any problems encountered in nursing homes or with in-home care services. More than 60% of nursing home residents do not have anyone visiting them, so they are very vulnerable. Our staff and volunteers visit regularly and advocate for the rights of residents. We are also able to assist when in-home care services are not being provided as expected, and with My Care services, which are provided to those who have both Medicare and Medicaid coverage for their health care. If you are experiencing a problem, please give us the opportunity to assist. If you have a family member or friend who is complaining to you about their problem, please encourage them to call us at 223-4613. We are there to help. To learn more about our work, please read our weekly column on Thursdays in the Dayton Daily News, tune in to the Ombudsman program on DATV and YouTube, or follow the Dayton Ombudsman Office on Facebook. Thank you for your attention.
Hi, I'm Nancy Bernatitis, the founder and executive director of Good Works Farm Incorporated. With me today is Sue Combs, our board secretary and photographer. We want to thank DATV for giving us an opportunity to tell you a little bit about us. Good Works Farm is a nonprofit farmstead community of differently abled farmers founded in 2012 by my husband Bob and myself. When we started Good Works Farm, our focus was very narrow, our own son Sam, who has autism. We simply wanted a safe place for him to live as an adult, meaningful work to do, and a community of support around him when we're no longer here to care for him. Our focus now is supporting Sam and the other 1 in 6 people living with a developmental disability in the U.S. In 2015, we began offering summer day camp for children, adolescents, and adults with a developmental disability and their typical siblings. For many, this was the first time ever attending camp, and none had ever attended camp with their siblings. At camp, we encourage independence and assume competency from everyone. Our learning activities include gardening, animal care, music, fishing, games, woodworking, and art. We also support the sensory and communication needs of our campers and provide buddies to those who need one-to-one assistance to be successful. Sue's nephew, Brady, has been one of our beloved campers since 2016. Sue, would you tell us a little bit about Brady's camp experience?
I saw Brady go from being in tears, refusing to try anything, to smiling, happy, and willing to do anything, all because of the devotion and love of the volunteers.
Yes, we have the most amazing volunteers. And as our official photographer, what have you witnessed from behind the camera?
Through the lens of my camera, I am able to watch the campers and staff intermingle without them knowing, and it's a joy to see the compassion, the love, and the trust there. I see lives being changed every day at camp.
We hear that all the time from our families, that our camp is changing lives. One parent said, "Your efforts at creating a place where he feels at home brings joy to us." Another parent reported that following the first day of camp, her son came home and proudly proclaimed, "I have found my people." Volunteer and sibling lives are being changed as well. One of our volunteer siblings had this to say: "I loved camp, and I loved the attitude everyone had toward the campers. Having a sister that has special needs can sometimes give you weird looks, but at camp everyone was so devoted to the campers it was amazing. Thank you for all the effort you put into the campers, and thank you for allowing me to help." Camp is just one component of our overall strategic plan, however. Within the next year or so, we plan to add transportation and day services for adults with disabilities. And our long-range goals include mixed-use residential housing. We are an all-volunteer organization, and we need help to bring our farm to life. If you're interested in more information about Good Works Farm, you want to help, or you want to make a donation, please visit us at goodworksfarm.org. Thanks again to DATV for this opportunity, and thank you for taking the time to listen. God bless.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Night Run. Here with me now at my very low-budget desk is TJ Cartwright from the very popular series, What's the Biz? How you doing? We're very glad to have you here.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited. I love the Night Run. It's one of my favorite shows, so it's good to be here.
We appreciate that. We do our best. So tell us a little bit about your series, what started it, what's the big motive behind it?
Okay, so What's the Biz is a series that highlights the stories of Black-owned business owners, entrepreneurs, and it's a long story, but it generally just started to kind of like connect communities and entrepreneurs together so that we could create these strong relationships that last longer and build the Black economy. And so, what was the other question?
Like, what made you, what made you say, you know what, I think that's what the people want, that's what we're gonna do. We need to put the spotlight on these African-American entrepreneurs and whatnot. We need to get them out there.
Yeah, it was just like seeing a need for it, because I would see like a lot of people shop Black, buy Black, and there would always be like complaints or something like that, and it's like, you wouldn't act this way towards a regular business. So it was kind of trying to figure out like, why do they have these problems? And it was like, oh, because these relationships aren't being built intentionally. And so I was like, let me see if I can do it. I loved interviewing. I love having conversations, like real conversations with people. And so I felt like sharing their stories and getting to the nitty gritty, like being different than the news. Because the news is like, oh, this is this business, but I wanted them to share their story and hopefully encourage entrepreneurship in the community, and also like let people have a little more grace. I feel like when it comes to Black businesses, a lot of times we expect them to just like be perfect, or you know, we hold them to this standard that we don't really hold other businesses to. And it's like, I feel like it's because it's a disconnect. Walmart or Target, you know,
They've been around for generations.
They feel like family because that's the money that they put into their marketing to feel like family. And so how do we create intentional relationships so we can feel like family and build our community? Yeah.
Okay, so what was your overall favorite business to delve into?
My favorite business, my favorite interview, I loved all the businesses, but my favorite interview was with Rachel Blanks. She is the owner of Simply Savory by Rachel, which is a seasoning, an amazing seasoning that has stepped my cooking game up to the next level, might I add. But she was just so fun. The energy was fun. I love when people are just open and free and like honest, you know what I mean? So that was fun. And she helped me cook some chicken tacos, which I ate, so yeah.
So we somewhat do the same thing, just in our own different ways. So how do you approach the whole talk show thing? Because you know, one host does it one way, I do my show another way. What's the setup of your program? How do you guys run?
Yeah, so we definitely like to, so we're on season 3, going into season 4. It took a lot of learning. So the first season it was just me, and I was by myself with the camera. And then season 2 I added on a team. So I think we just take the approach of like making sure our stuff is together and making sure it's presentable. This season 3 is the first time we had a day where we released episodes, and we had a schedule. So we were more organized with season 3. So I think just learning about organization and like building to a point where we found a thing that worked for us. So there were like, I mean, there were still hiccups. Like we had to record 3 episodes twice. You know what I'm saying? Because the lighting wasn't right, or the mic, like, so it's just like, I don't know, we just approach it as getting it done, sticking to the schedule, and making sure we come off as professional as possible so everybody can take us seriously.
Yeah, it's a headache. It's a headache that you love at the end product, because you think you're getting it, and then you just trip up that one time, and now you got to go back and do that same shot 19 times.
Yes.
It's mentally taxing. Yeah, but I love the way how your program is kind of like free flowing, to where y'all just go with the flow versus I'm at the desk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, in a way, I'm fitting like a template that's been around for almost 100 years. Like the suit, the desk, all this.
Yeah.
I just ain't got the mic because I can't find one that looks good. But
yeah, that's the struggle, is like finding your thing for your show. Like we were thinking about getting a yellow couch, a yellow microphone. You know, our colors are yellow, black, and gray, and so our gold. I forget.
watch, you'll think about it when you leave.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? That wasn't even the color, and I done told him that anyway.
Brand manager. But yellow is the color that I chose because it just matched my personality. It's just very
bright,
like,
vibrant,
sunshiny, vibrant,
positivity,
welcoming, positive. And so, yeah, so we were trying to do that. But what I learned is like nothing is ever gonna be perfect. I just have to be ready when those hiccups do come. Like I was not happy about recording 3 times, But I knew in order to get the best quality episodes, I had to do stuff over, and that's just what it took.
Oh yeah, you gonna fall on your stomach. I learned that the hard way. You gonna fall on your stomach.
Yes.
I think one time, the biggest goof I've ever made on this show is I had an athletic trainer. His name was Zach Vargo. Why did I call him Mike?
Oh.
Looked him dead in his eye, called that man Mike to his face.
What did he say?
He didn't say nothing. His face said everything I needed to know.
Oh.
I'm
so
like,
did you like pause and say, okay, obviously it's not your name. What's your name again? Or no?
so what I did was we come back from commercial break and I completely just aired myself. I'm like, you know what? Actually, ladies and gentlemen, his name was Zach. The More You Know, sponsored by NBC. So one thing I've learned in show business is you take your flaws and you run with it and you make the best of what you got.
And people make mistakes. If somebody is like, that's how I'm like, people make mistakes. If you're gonna look at me crazy because I made a mistake, that's your problem that you need to figure out. Because I mean, there's no reason to just be caught up on people making mistakes. I don't know.
I mean, mistakes is what sets the person apart from the rest.
Depending on what the mistake is.
Bingo.
Now, a mixed name, I'm not gonna trip over, but a tool left in my body after surgery.
Now we got a problem. Yeah. We got a problem, and I need to speak to your manager, Karen.
Yes.
So about your brand, do you have merchandise? Where can we find it?
Yeah. So I'm like doing a lot with What's the Biz. As What's the Biz grows, it's turning into something that I like didn't foresee. When I first started out What's the Biz, I was like, okay, I'm gonna start this show, do something for my community while doing something I love, and it's gonna grow. I'm gonna sell it to I wanted McDonald's to be, buy it and put it on their digital media platform. But it's going in a separate direction, which I'm excited about because I really am realizing that I really don't like being in front of the camera as much. Like having a bigger role in production has shown me a love that I really love in like direction and being behind the camera. So what was your question? What was your question again?
Like in regards to merch, where can we find all your stuff, all that good stuff?
I'm about to get philosophical on you. Okay.
That's all right. We got time.
So I have merch. So I'm not worried as much about making money. And merch is about making money another avenue sometimes. So first of all, yes, I am working on merch, but just to like give to my friends and family, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna pay for it because they're always like, you need to charge your worth. So yes, I do have merch. It'll be super exclusive because I don't want to deal with that headache. But yes.
That's why we dragging our feet on it.
Yes, it's a headache.
It was a headache coming up with a logo.
Really?
Oh my God, that was a nightmare coming up with a logo and a name because just about everything that came to mind was taken. So I'm like, I had to think.
Yeah.
Because there's another show that we don't speak of, and that name didn't fit me. So I'm like, all right, what are we gonna do? The Night Run. Boom, there it was.
Yes.
Then the logo, neon lights on a brick wall, that speaks me.
Yeah.
So that took forever to develop a logo for that, and then now it's iconic because when you see that logo, you think of this. So that brand is extremely a big headache, and merchandise, we'll do it eventually, just not right now.
So what do you like about the Night Run? Like, what do you like about doing your show?
What do I like about it? Well, the thing I like about most is that I'm living a childhood dream. I'm doing it my way with people I care about, and I enjoy what I do. Because I grew up staying up way past my bedtime. I grew up watching Letterman and Conan O'Brien when he was young in Arsenio Hall. Arsenio Hall showed me that somebody like me can get behind this desk and succeed. Because they don't. A lot of women and minorities do not make it long on that late night talk show circuit. It very rarely happens. But he did it. And he put up a fight with Leno. Don't like that man, but Leno, he put up a fight with him. So to see Arsenio Hall be on TV and manage to last for about 5 to 7 years, and seeing Conan O'Brien going from a complete unknown in 1993 to becoming the elder statesman of late night television. Well, if he was an unknown and he was young, and he was also an African American, and so am I, what's stopping me? So I got my boys together. The boys will be me and Dallas in the control room, and we drafted out what are we going to do, how do we want to do it, and here we are.
That's awesome.
Here we are. Here we are.
Look at me, I done flipped the show. This is the Angel show now.
I'm in the hot seat, but I get a desk because I got a cup.
Yeah.
But when can we watch your program? What days does it come on? What time?
So, What's the Biz? We are in the middle. We're planning for season 4. Season 3 just ended. You can catch all of the episodes on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. What's the Biz with TJ? It'll pop up. But we plan on starting the 4th season in August. But we have a lot of good stuff coming up. Starting in January, I'll be highlighting 100 businesses for 100 days straight. It's just really my way of kind of like giving myself to the Black community in its entirety, because I want to make sure like I'm interviewing as many people as possible and making sure that it's quality. Now, I'm not doing 100 interviews. I'm doing like 25 interviews, 25 like video highlights, pictures, just different kind of medias. But I really want to, you know, do what I can in a way that is authentic. Yeah. But yeah, check out the show on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Definitely donate. We're always accepting donations. You can donate anything that you want at our Cash App. What's the Biz with TJ? It's legit connected to a business account. What's the Biz with TJ is an LLC. And we have different platforms under it. So it's just really growing, and I'm excited for season 4. And yeah. Mm-hmm.
Very pleased with everything your brand has turned into since you started. I envy you because you have more time once you, because my season ends on like December 24th. Mm-hmm. So we air our last episode of season 1, Christmas Eve. Then I go on vacation for about 9 days, and then I come back. As soon as I get back home, the next day after that plane touches down, I'm right back in here.
Yes.
So yeah, the grind never stops.
And you know, in a couple of years, we'll look back and see where we started, and we'll be singing Drake. Started from the bottom.
I'm trying to get Jimmy Fallon's job if NBC would quit playing with me. That's what I want. Mm-hmm. None of us has ever had that. I will be the first. I want that. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'll settle for CBS, but we're going for the Tonight Show. That's the goal. That's the goal. But thank you so much for coming in and spending time with us and sharing your brand and whatnot. Yes. When we come back, we'll have Anthony Head Sr. from the local business Chickenheads here at the Night Run. So stay put. We'll be right back.
That was
The Society of St. Vincent de Paul is Dayton's Catholic ministry that focuses on clothing, food, shelter, and accompaniment of any individual in need. We serve everyone in the Miami Valley, regardless of faith, creed, ethnicity, race, citizenship, or social status. Our work is to affirm the humanity and dignity of each person who asks for assistance. For over 30 years, St. Vincent de Paul has operated the region's largest emergency shelters, where over 400 men, women, and children stay every night. We provide homes for another 150 people who require permanent assistance with daily living. Our 11 food pantries feed thousands of people throughout the Miami Valley, and our neighborhood ministries keep thousands more stable in their homes with utility and rent assistance, clothing, and furniture for the injured, sick, and disabled members of our community. None of this is possible without you. Your willingness to volunteer your time and your financial support makes possible all that we do at St. Vincent de Paul. To learn more, visit our website at stvincentdayton.org. That's stvincentdayton.org. Thank you, and God bless you always.
Hi, I'm Ariel Winter. If you're like me, your pets are family. So when disaster strikes, you want to keep them safe. American Humane has tips to help protect our best friends in their worst times. So please visit AmericanHumane.org.
Vehicle accidents are stressful enough. You don't need someone showing up at the scene trying to pressure you into letting them tow away your vehicle. Call your roadside assistance provider or insurance company for towing company suggestions, or consult with police on the scene. And always have the price and terms in writing before you let them hook it up. If you suspect fraud, call us at 1-800-TEL-NICB or visit www.nicb.org. A public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
All right, welcome back to the Night Run, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with the local Daytonian entrepreneur, Anthony Head Sr. of Chickenheads. How you doing, my brother?
I'm well, man. Just minding my black-owned business.
There you go. There you go. We're glad to have you here. Tell us a little bit about your brand.
The brand itself, Chickenheads. First name Chicken, last name Heads. So it's good. I appreciate the opportunity to explain this. People always ask, where does the name come from? First of all, I'm Chef Anthony Head, so it's a play on my last name, but it also speaks to what we want our expertise to be. You're familiar with gearheads and sneaker heads.
Right,
We're
take
chicken
heads.
heads. We want to be experts in chicken, so I've taken all my professional experience and kind of poured it into this proof of concept that we call Chickenheads, small restaurant in Northwest Plaza in West Dayton, and that's kind of where it came from. That's the beginning of the brand there. So experts in chicken, serving our community with the best of our talents.
All right. So what got you to this point? What's the backstory behind it before we got to the Chickenheads era?
Well, man, it's a lifetime of cooking. I fell in love with cooking as a young man, and I was raised by a widow, single father who encouraged me to cook, and probably one of the best lessons he gave me in cooking was read the box. Well, it gets a little more complex than that, and after a point of time of a corporate career, I went to culinary school with the intentions of actually pursuing medicine. So I took science classes during the day, and in the evening took culinary arts classes. And as you progress through the culinary arts program, you eventually have to work and do internships. I did those, one thing led to another, and I find myself the executive chef of a local restaurant called Delish Cafe. And that's really where the beginning, I was able to really pour all my science background and my professional cooking experience into one space. And I think I developed kind of the beginnings of our kind of signature recipe there at that restaurant. 10 years later, I've been teaching. I've actually returned back to corporate America where I'm a senior business analyst during the day for a local healthcare company. But I had an opportunity to link up with a lifelong friend who wanted to invest in me and develop this concept that sold basically chicken and fries, what we started off with. And kind of through a bit of inspiration, develop our signature sandwich called the Medusa, which is a initially fried chicken breast sandwich, now served on fried chicken tenders, that is layered with macaroni and cheese, collard greens, and pickled onions, all on top of buttered brioche bun. And that's kind of our signature sandwich that pays the bills. I think being hungry has always been a motivation for any chef. And we found that on the west side of Dayton, there are a lot of eateries, right? There are a lot of restaurants that set up. There is a lot of fast food, but they lack a little bit of soul. And I think coming from a city of innovators, we wanted to take the best of our talents, bloom, where we've been planted, and we decided to take advantage of an opportunity in West Dayton in the Northwest Shopping Plaza. And the opportunity came together. We said, hey man, let's shoot our shot. And I'll tell you what, we opened up about a month before the Great Chicken Wars of 2019 started, where you had those other chicken guys making the sandwich.
Right.
And what was so beautiful, at the same time, there was this renaissance of supporting locally owned, especially black-owned businesses. So we kind of rode that wave to success. The media loves us, get a lot of support. Opportunities like this are always there for us, so we appreciate it. And that's what it is. So now we're looking, as we look through surviving the pandemic, with Dayton's continued support, we've been able to do so. Looking forward to expanding here in the local market as well as throughout other areas, other cities in Ohio. So Columbus, Cincinnati, and even down south. We want to take the fight to some of the old school chicken spots because, we do it better than them.
There you go. There you go. So you got the location in Northwest Plaza. What's your plans for the future? What's your tentative 5 or 10-year goal?
Man, 5-10 goal is day by day during this pandemic. So currently we're located at 3261 West Siebenthal Avenue, the heart of Northwest Plaza, next to Roses. The next moment is to get to where more centralized location in the city, so we're eyeing some opportunities around downtown Dayton and Brown Street. We also have an opportunity to lease a food truck. We think we're going to take advantage of that here in the next couple of months to try to get a little closer to our target market in central Dayton area. Because of the new delivery services, most importantly, 937 delivery service, we'll be able to be more centralized and serve basically all of our customers throughout Montgomery County. And within the next 6 months to a year or two, we want to leverage what's called the ghost kitchen concept. Basically, there's these kitchens set up in key areas throughout larger metropolitan areas that allow you to rent the kitchen and kind of deliver and serve from there. So we eyeing Columbus and Cincinnati, and as I mentioned before, Atlanta, and even the West Coast. So these ghost kitchens allow us to expand our brand with minimal capital investment, but introduce our brand to new markets because, fried chicken sells everywhere, and we have quite a unique product. A lot of people say, well, you don't have the cheap chicken like X, or your chicken is different than Y. It's like, because we are a whole new concept.
It's a whole new world.
A whole new world, deep flavor profiles. I mentioned I'm a professional chef. I'm also a chef educator, so I pour the best of my talents. I can make anything in the world, but I really
we're getting your
on
best.
This key recipe, yeah. And I think if you look at our reviews on Google or our website at chickenheadsdayton.com, you'll see that the city and all of our customers have responded in kind.
I look forward to checking y'all out. Now, what are y'all hours of y'all location?
Pandemic hours. Right
Yeah.
now, we are 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday. We're open for carry-out or delivery through DoorDash or Grubhub, and hopefully 937 delivers sooner than later. But yeah, as things kind of change with the pandemic, we're trying to be responsive, trying to keep our team intact, and obviously once we move to other locations, hopefully in the next couple of months, we'll expand deeper into the night. But right now, 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Check us out on Facebook at chickenheads.com. We're on Instagram as well. Like and love our pages. Check out the reviews. The hype is real. You know, this is not an accident that we've had the success that we have, because I'm really pouring
Blood,
the best
sweat, and
that I got
tears.
into it, man. So.
I can tell. Well, we appreciate you coming in. We look forward to trying out your culinary expertise and whatnot. Ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Head from Chickenheads. Check him out, Northwest Plaza. He gave the hours. We'll actually link their social media on our YouTube channel, so you can check them out. And thanks for coming in. We appreciate you.
It's my pleasure. Thank
My
you so
pleasure.
much for the opportunity.
All right, guys, y'all sit tight. We'll be right back.
Days, months,
Hey, I'm Jim from across the street.
Years.
I'd like to give you this.
a lifetime can rush by without realizing what we're missing. But it doesn't have to be that way. We have a choice to take action. Visit maketheconnection.net to find out more.
Jewish values aren't just defined by faith. They're also defined by action. By lifting up those who have been knocked down, we act on our Jewish values. By fighting darkness with light, we reflect our Jewish values. By rekindling what was nearly extinguished, we bring Jewish values to life. For over 100 years, JDC has been a lifeline for the most vulnerable people all over the world. In 70 countries, we bring aid, supplies, and support to those in need. Because we don't just place our faith in a better tomorrow, we build it. That's why the future needs us now. Learn more at jdc.org.
Hi, I'm Katie Carey, and I'm the Director of Education and Outreach for Clothes at Work, located at the Job Center. Our mission for over 20 years has been to clothe, educate, and empower individuals to prepare them for employment success. Clothes at Work is well known in the Dayton region for providing interview and workplace appropriate attire for local job seekers. Savvy shoppers know us for our fabulous boutique, featuring gently used upscale clothing at great prices. The best part about our boutique is that every dollar spent goes directly back into our programs and services. However, one thing you may not know about Clothes at Work is that we have an amazing workforce development education program. The Workplace Institute was launched in February 2017 when area employers expressed difficulty finding job applicants with necessary job readiness behaviors and soft skills to be successful on the job. A team of professionals from our community representing every industry came together with us and combined their experience in workforce development and education to help us create our research-based curriculum. Each workshop is skillfully designed to engage participants in group discussions, peer-to-peer learning, and fun hands-on activities to help build confidence and professional demeanor. Workshop topics include making a positive first impression, proper professional attire, effective communication techniques, on-the-job conflict resolution skills, and how to build professional relationships. Through our education program, we have provided more than 150 workshops to over 1,500 individuals in just 2.5 years, and our numbers continue to grow. It's no surprise that developing a healthy workforce needs to start at an early age for the health of our local economy. Out of this need, our workshops have been invited into high school classrooms all across the Miami Valley. In fact, 75% of our workshop participants are high school students, and we have presented workshops to students from over 33 area high schools. Clothes at Work is excited to present workshops this fall with area college programs including Sinclair College and in partnership with Fifth Third Bank at Central State University. For more information about our Workforce Development Education Program or any of our programs and services, please visit our website at www.closethatwork.org.
Hello, my name is Brenda Moore, and I am the Vice Chairwoman of the Northwest Party Board. The quality of life in American cities cannot be improved unless people of all classes, races and ethnic groups, and public officials on all levels of government create processes and mechanisms for assisting problems, developing strategies, and planning and implementing corrective action together. There are several specific assumptions behind citizen participation in the Northwest Party Board area. It acknowledges the right of people affected by public programs to have access to and influence on the processes by which decisions about their lives are made.
Hello, I'm David Greer, and I'm chairman of the Northwest Priority Board. It accepts that many of the best intentioned officials and technicians are often, by their training, experiences, and lifestyles, unfamiliar with the problems and aspirations of Northwest Quadrant residents. Therefore, residents' participation can result in more effective planning and programs for residents of the area. It recognizes that the process of participation makes it possible for those citizens formerly outside the system to learn how it functions and how to make it possible for residents to strengthen their skills and to develop the kind of new skills needed for effective citizen engagement. We accept these assumptions and hereby dedicate ourselves to the task of improving the quality of our neighborhoods and the lives of those who live within the Northwest Party Board area of Dayton, Ohio. For those who would like assistance from the Northwest Priority Board, I can be contacted at 937-603-4051. And again, my name is David Greer. I am chairman of the Northwest Priority Board. Thank you.
And my name is Brenda Moore. I'm the Vice Chairwoman of the Northwest Party Board, and my contact number is 937-414-0674. Again, that's 937-414-0674. Thank you.
Artemis Center is Dayton's domestic violence resource agency dedicated to serving survivors of intimate partner violence and their children. For over 30 years, Artemis has been providing supportive services to increase safety for survivors in our community. 1 in 4 women and 1 in 7 men will experience domestic violence in their lifetime. We know domestic violence can be confusing and terrifying. We are here to provide you with a personalized safety plan, resources, referrals, and a safe space to process your thoughts and feelings. No matter where you are in your relationship, if you're contemplating leaving or wanting to stay, Artemis is here to help you. We encourage family and friends to call us on the hotline. We understand how difficult it can be watching someone you love navigate their relationship when abuse is involved. Our dedicated and highly trained staff can help support you through a variety of our free, gender-inclusive services, which include our 24-hour hotline, support and education groups, therapy for children who have witnessed violence, therapy for adult survivors, accompaniment to criminal and civil courts, help in obtaining a civil protection order, and providing advocacy to aid in your situation. Remember, you are not alone and the abuse is not your fault. If you or someone you know is experiencing domestic violence, please call our 24/7 hotline at 461-HELP, 461-4357.
Hi, I'm Jean Mass, the Executive Director with the Therapeutic Writing Institute, also known as TRI.
And I'm Christine Perot, TRI's Director of Development. We're here today to tell you we have huge news. It's time to bring TRI home.
For the last 5 decades, the Therapeutic Writing Institute has impacted thousands of lives. You may know about TRI's work serving children and adults with special physical, cognitive, social, and psychological needs because you know a student who may have ridden horses with us.
Maybe you're friends with one of the 200 volunteers who walk alongside our students every day in the arena. If you know about TRI, you know about the special work we do, pairing horses and humans in goal-oriented lessons, built to meet each individual student's objectives.
Try is doing so much, but our leased program site prevents us from serving our students to the best of our ability. That's why we are so very excited to have this opportunity to bring Try home.
It's time. Over the next 6 months, Try has the challenge to raise $500,000 to purchase and renovate a stable on Middle Run Road in Sugar Creek Township. It has everything we need: a barn, indoor arena, viewing room, and home suitable for administrative offices and hosting group activities. Located in the heart of Try's service area, it has the potential to enhance and expand Try's program offerings to the community for decades to come.
The specialized facility will enable Try to offer full-time, year-round programming, increasing the number of people served by 50% within the first 3 years. But we can't do it alone. We need your help.
You can donate online today at tryohio.org. That's triohio.org. And of course, you can always reach out to Jean or me, Christine, at 937-619-7577. That's 937-619-7577. It's time to bring Try home, and with your help, it's possible.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back with the Night Run. Right here, in my hands, is a segment I'd like to call Ask the Host, where we had 20 random people submit questions to ask me. Basically get you more acquainted with who I am as a person, besides the person behind this desk. So we'll start with number 1. What is your favorite food? Had to be seafood. Love lobster. That's my favorite. Rock lobster. So see, number 2. What do you do in your free time? Free time. When not tossing and turning, trying to get an honest 5 hours of sleep, I do like to listen to music. I do a lot of driving, even though I do that for an occupation. I do read. I buy things off of eBay that I usually don't need, but I think we all do that, so don't judge me. You mind your business. Do you have any brothers or sisters? I have 4 sisters, and I'm the middle child, so yeah. It's rough. It's rough. How tall are you? I am 6'3", believe it or not. 6'3". Where do you get your suits? Henry's House of Fashion on West 3rd Street in Drexel. I've gotten every suit I've ever owned from them for like the past 15 years-ish. Whenever my first funeral was, whatever funeral I went to, that's where I got my first suit from, and I've gotten them from there ever since. So, what is your favorite drink and alcoholic beverage? My favorite regular people drink would be Canada Dry, because it's crispy and bubbly like my personality. And my favorite alcoholic beverage would be, it's a mix between Uncle Nearest whiskey and Long Island iced tea. What do you do for work? I'd be a truck driver. So yeah, I'm unappreciated. I drive big vehicles and I don't get paid like I think I should. But it is what it is. I have great health care. Blue Cross Blue Shield, glory to God. Can you speak any other languages? If profanity doesn't count, no. But I did take Spanish 1, 2, and 3 in high school. I wish I would have stuck with it. I kind of hate that I let it go. Do you have any children? Yes, I do. I have a 1-year-old daughter. Her name is Nye McElrath. She's pretty. She likes to jump off of couches now. She has teeth, and she loves the snacks. She also loves her dad. How old are you? I am 23. I've went around this terrible rock we call Earth 23 times. So, yeah. I'll be 23. I don't feel like it. I'm just marching my way closer to the end, about 27 years from 50, 27 from retirement, and I'm approaching my midlife crisis, so any day now. Where did you go to school? I am a alum of Northridge High School. Go Bears. If you could live anywhere in the world, where? Preferably away from you guys. I'm kidding. But Maryland. I've always wanted to live in Maryland. My favorite place to eat in Dayton? That's a tie between the Lord's Chicken, also known as Chick-fil-A, and Red Lobster. What is my favorite color? My favorite color is red. Favorite color is red. Did you participate in any sports in high school? If you're going to ask me if I played basketball, no. I cannot play basketball. I am terrible. My hand-eye coordination is garbage. I ran track for about 5 or 6 years, and I ran cross country for 4. So these did get put to use somewhat, but people want me to play basketball. It's not happening. It'll never happen. I'm not going to make a complete fool of myself on national television. Are you single? I am not. I am not. I am constantly stressed out by someone I deeply care about. What type of music do you listen to? Predominantly jazz. Count Basie and his orchestra, Maynard Ferguson, Duke Ellington, you know, those guys, Dizzy Gillespie. That's the type of music I listen to. I think it's cool. I really don't need your opinion, but it is what it is. We all have our types that tickles our fancy. How do you feel about Conan retiring? Sweet Jesus. I'm hurting right now, but my job won't give me bereavement in order to celebrate a loss of a legend. Conan O'Brien is probably the greatest thing that ever happened to late night television in the modern day society. He'll be dearly missed by me, as he was my favorite, and I took a lot of what traits that worked for him I incorporated into what I do here. You'll never see another person like him again. He has fought his entire 27-year career to make it to where he was. NBC never gave him a shot with The Tonight Show. He had the late night show for 16 years. He did very good work over at TBS for 10 years with Conan, so I'm proud of him. I watched him growing up, so I'll miss him terribly. I'm still not over losing Letterman and Philbin and all that stuff in the same year, so it's not been a good year for me. And finally, my last one is, have you ever thought about doing stand-up comedy? Actually, I do. I'm somewhat good at it. I'm funny enough to where I was invited back, so we're getting somewhere. So if you guys got any more questions for me, feel free to, you know, shoot them our way, and we will air them on the show. So that's 20 things you probably didn't know about me that you know now. So that's basically all I got. This was a great episode. We had great guests. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I want you to keep it funky. Tune in next time. We're going to have a comic Austin Deller on the show, and we're playing the Night Run Jeopardy. So you guys stay tuned. We'll see you next time. Good night, everyone.